end of a phenomenal, I can't say gluten-free, I can say gluten, but I was a glutton this weekend. It was all bad. So hope everybody had an amazing Thanksgiving and was able to be with family and friends as much as possible, and really had an enjoyable time. And with that being said, guys, tonight's call is going to be a doozy. Get your pen and paper. You're going to want to listen to it again. And I'm telling you, my wife has, my queen has really put together some stuff. And she's not known for being the funny one, but today she had me rolling so hard because it's the system and the difficulty we put in the system. Like, we always try to overthink it and make it harder, and the simplicity of it. You guys are really going to enjoy this. So with that being said, I get to turn it over to my queen.
All right, so I'm going to be going back and forth. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the call. I hope you guys all had an amazing Thanksgiving and didn't eat too much like we did, but it was amazing. Good family time. Okay, so I'm going to go right into it because I have a lot of information. I'm going to be going back and forth, toggling between my slides as well as some videos that kind of relate to what I'm talking about today. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you, and then we'll get this training started. All right. So can you guys see my screen okay? Just nod. Okay, great. So it doesn't matter what works, it only matters what duplicates. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, is creating a duplicatable, simple system. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Look at, in 2019, McDonald's surpassed 100 billion in global sales and posted 21 billion in revenue. Is that crazy how much money that company is making? That is amazing how much they make, okay? So here's the thing. Why is McDonald's so successful? The number one reason for their success is their duplicatable system. See, here's the thing. You might make a better burger than McDonald's, but if you franchise with them, you will make their burger. Why? Because it's a proven burger already. In fact, if you wanted to franchise with them, do you know you would actually have to go to school for about a year and a half to McDonald's school part-time before you could even franchise with them? That is part of the agreement with them. Okay, so that's what's crazy, because they want to make sure it's so important to them that if somebody's going to franchise with them, they know the McDonald's system. Okay, so here's the thing. ACN is just like McDonald's. They have a proven 27 years of success. So what is that system? Because here's the thing. I know when I was in the business, I always hear the system, follow the system, right? And sometimes people were like, well, what is the system? Like, I don't know what the system you keep talking about. So what is that? So let's break it down so everybody knows. Okay, so let's talk about how to make the McDonald's burgers, or an ACN, that would be called customer acquisition. So what's your cause? Did you know that science proves that 95% of our purchasing decisions take place unconsciously, meaning it's based on our feelings, not logic. So this is what's crazy, because that's the thing, is a lot of times I hear people over and over at the very beginning, they're like, well, I want to know about the service. I want to know more about the services. I want to be able to answer questions. I want to know so that, and why? Because they want to turn into a salesperson, right? And that's what we find out. If that's the case, you're only going to get about 5% of sales. The majority of sales is going to be based on that emotion. So the cause. So here's the thing. We're going to play this quick video about what you want to do. Don't be fake when it comes to sales, when it comes to selling who you are. So let me show you this video real quick, and I'm going to stop sharing, then share my screen again so you can see this video real quick. So let's do that real quick. Is it this one? Desktop. Huh?
You can go desktop.
All right. So you guys see my screen okay? Oh, wait, I can't see their faces anymore. Sorry, I am so not techie at all. Okay, can you see my screen, the video? Okay, perfect. So here we go. Don't be like this.
Sibilance. I'm the king of rock. Ain't none high. Suck, this doesn't work.
Well, guy's in the back. I can't find him. Hey, listen, the contractor wants to do a walkthrough on Tuesday next week. Can you do that?
Tuesday.
It's like punch up or punch out or something. I didn't understand the terms. I just said okay.
No, Tuesday's not good for me. I got to mourn with the Schwartzes.
What about Thursday night? I think they can do Thursday night.
I can't do that. I got a thing.
Well, can you cancel it? Because we're like getting really behind schedule here. They're getting
No,
very irritable.
It's just this thing. Anna wants me to take her to this office party deal. I don't know what it is.
Really? Is it like something big thing or something?
No. Just she needs someone to, go
Oh,
with.
yeah, no. She didn't even mention that to me. So
Yeah, it's not. It's whatever.
Jessie is a friend, and she always been a good friend of mine. But lately something changed that ain't hard to define. Jessie got himself a girl, and I want to make her mine. And she's watching him with those eyes, and she's loving him with that body at first sight. Just a note, you know that I was Jessie's girl. Jessie, how you guys doing? I'm done. Done. Rhyme with flung.
hey,
Flying?
Ryan.
Yes. You have any question?
Yes, indeed, Don, we do. Is this a good machine?
Yeah, it's good if your chip busted. No, just doing comedy with you. That one is okay. But if you're really serious about karaoke,
Oh, we are.
okay, then there's only one model for you. The Audio 2000. This baby got the 16-bit dual DA converter, 3-beam tracking, digital key controller, so you can change the pitch if your voice sucks. But I don't need that.
That's nice. How much?
Price is not important.
No, price is very important, actually.
Okay, you got me. Take me away. Okay, it's a little bit expensive, but let me tell you, it's worth it. When you sing to your girlfriend
Uh-huh.
and her heart fall down on the floor, then you say, "Thank you, Don."
Okay, how much does it cost exactly?
All right, here's the real deal, okay? I don't usually do this, but you guys look like cool guys, and I got a little piece of ass last night, so I'm feeling extra generous. Ooh, I'm gonna let you guys have it for $1,300.
1,300.
Final offer.
Oh, excuse me, I got a little warm
Yeah,
there.
my friend.
Yeah.
He
Well-
gets a little warm.
Oh man, what is that? What is it? Get out of here with that. Is that real?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So don't be like that. Okay. Don't be like that. All right. So let's keep going here with the slides. I'm going to share my screen here. All right. So let's get this going. All right. So whatever you do, what's your cost? What's your cost?
Hey, do you want to know how
Oh,
we built
hold
a
on real quick.
$50 million
Hold on,
coaching
hold on.
company with just one
How do I do this?
45-minute presentation?
Hold on,
Look, if you're in,
hold on. Stop share
Stop share.
and then pause.
There you
Okay.
go.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Hold on real quick. And then how do I do this again? Where's
Get
the-
your stuff back. Just get your PowerPoint
Okay.
back.
All right. So here we go again. Share screen and we are here. Okay. You guys hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Okay, good. All right. So here we go. So what is ACN's proven system? Why, when it comes to getting customers? We already know you hear this over and over again. Favor, help, try, why, right? Favor, help, try, why. But here's the thing. I know that some people, like Mrs. Phipps said, if you were on her call, she said, how many years did it take her? I think she said it took her a couple years before she actually said she would ask for the favor, right? How many other people can admit that it's taken them a long time to ask if they've ever done that yet, right? I know, me too, right? So here's the thing. ACN says, hey, find a system that works for you. Maybe you're up for a promotion or position and you're only a few customers away. Maybe you're trying to hit executive team leader or regional director, right? Maybe you're trying to hit a $200 bonus, a $600 bonus, right? maybe you want to, will you help me feed children in need, right? Project Feeding Kids, that's amazing. That's a great cause to get behind. You're trying, maybe you want to feed 20 kids in the month, right? How about, can I ask you some questions to fill out a survey? And if I find areas you're overpaying on, I'll let you know, right? That's not salesy, that's being helpful. Or you could say, can I ask you a few questions, fill out a survey, and at the end, if I can find you value, I will let you know. Okay. So again, these are ways, again, find what works for you and stick with it. Okay. So that's so important. There's options, yes, but you need to find something, stick to it, and then just master it, right? Okay. So let's go into here. Now, here's the thing, the money is in the follow-up, and I wanted to bring out these numbers. I found this very interesting. This is, if you want to look it up, it's 21 mind-blowing sales stats. It's a sales training for Brian Williams, PhD. So here's the thing, this is crazy, these numbers. 80% of sales requires 5 follow-up calls after the meeting. 44% of sales reps give up after 1 follow-up. That's almost half, okay? 92% of customer interactions happens over the phone, okay? 30 to 40% of sales go to the vendor that responds first, meaning if somebody calls you, call them back right away. Urgent, be urgent about this. Did you know that Thursday is the best day to prospect? Statistically, Wednesday is the second best day, but don't let that stat stop you from prospecting every day. It should be part of who you are, okay? Email is almost 40 times better at acquiring new customers than Facebook and Twitter. And then people who actively seek out and exploit referrals earn 4 to 5 times more than those who don't, meaning is ask for those referrals. Okay, so here's a question. How persistent are you when it comes to getting customers? So here's another video I want to share with you guys here real quick. Let me stop sharing and then I'm going to share the video and then I'm going to get back to that. So hold on real quick. And then the video. All right, here we go. How persistent are you?
Order now. You get the camera, you get the printer, 4x optical zoom, Schneider lens, photo print, SD card.
Good afternoon. My name is Russell, and I am a wilderness explorer in Tribe 54, Sweat Lodge 12. Are you in need of any assistance today, sir?
No,
I could help you cross the street.
no,
I could help you cross your yard.
no,
I could help you cross your porch.
no,
Well, I gotta help you cross something.
no, I'm doing fine.
Good afternoon. My name is Russell, and I am a wilderness explorer in Tribe 54,
Slow down.
Sweat Lodge 12.
Kid,
Are you in need of
thank
any
you, but I don't need any
assistance
help.
today? Ow.
Proceed.
Good afternoon.
Let's get to the end.
See these? These are my Wilderness Explorer badges. You may notice one is missing. It's my Assisting the Elderly badge. If I get it, I will become a senior Wilderness Explorer. The wilderness must be explored! Go, go, go! It's gonna be great. There's a big ceremony, and all the dads come, and they pin on our badges.
So you want to assist an old person?
Yep, then I'll be a senior Wilderness Explorer.
You ever heard of a snipe?
Snipe?
Bird, beady eyes. Every night it sneaks in my yard and gobbles my poor azaleas. I'm elderly and infirm. I can't catch it. If only someone could help me.
Me, I'll do it!
Oh, I don't know. It's awfully crafty. You'd have to clap your hands 3 times to lure it in.
I'll find him, Mr. Frederickson.
I think it burrows 2 blocks down. If you
2
get
blocks
past
down,
it-
run! Hi! Here, Snipey, Snipey.
All right. Let me close this real quick. Close that so it doesn't go off. All right. So let me go ahead and do this again and then pull up my screen again here for you guys to see my slides. Stop sharing. And then my slides. Share. There it is right there. All right. All right, so definitely, do you see how persistent he was? Are you guys that persistent when it comes to getting a customer? Okay, so back to the stats. Only 13% of customers believe a salesperson can understand their needs. How sad is that? Okay, 55% of people making their living in sales don't have the right skills to be successful. That's almost half. No wonder why so many people fail, right? Because they're not learning, we're not learning. In fact, it takes 10 months or more for a new sales rep to be fully productive. 10 months. Retaining current customers is 6 to 7 times less costly than acquiring new ones. Wow, see, this is the importance of keeping who you have, right? After a presentation, 63% of attendees remember stories. Only 5% remember statistics. Remember, it doesn't, you know what? It's all about the stories. That's why we talk about success stories, and why I notice a lot of times on the Saturday events, they do like multiple stories of successful people from different backgrounds. Why? Because when somebody leaves an event or presentation, guess what they're more likely going to remember? That story. And then 91% of customers say they'd give referrals. Only 11% ask for referrals. So that's a majority. Most people say they would help and give more. That's more customers. And it takes an average of 8 cold call attempts to reach a prospect. Okay, so do you see how important it is? These stats say a lot as far as the numbers are concerned. Okay, so now let's talk about how to make the McDonald's French fries, or an ACN, that will be called team building. So find an invitation that includes your elevator pitch as well, which would mean when you're out and about prospecting people. In fact, like Mr. Thomas, if you go out with Mr. Thomas, when you come to Fresno, he would always say the same things. Either he's saying, I always see you here. You must have a cotton back there or something. He says that, and that would be the first time he ever sees somebody, right? Or what he did with my husband when he went out prospecting, he says, you know that gentleman over there? Every time his cell phone rings, he gets paid. You guys need to exchange numbers. I mean, he says 2 to 3 times, but 2 to 3 things, but he says it over and over with different people, meaning he's mastered his elevator pitch when he's out and about meeting people and prospecting. So the thing is, a lot of times we want to be strategic and we want to be, you know, maybe like think of creative ways of, no, find maybe a couple, 1 or 2, start off with 1. Are you interested in making extra money outside what you currently do? Whatever it is, stick to it, master it, and then maybe 1 or 2 other things. So this way, when you go out and about, just stick. Here's why it's important. Number 1, you won't have to think about it. It's so easy. Number 2, it's duplicatable, meaning if you take someone on your team, guess what they're going to say? They're going to say, well, you say the same thing over and over again. It's always the same. Exactly. Do you think you could do that? Well, yeah, you just repeat yourself over and over with different people. Exactly. Okay. So that's important. And then find, again, the invitation that works for you, master it, do it with your mentor, use excitement, smile when you invite, and urgency. Okay. See, that's super, super important, because the thing is a lot of times when you have a mentor with you, they can help you tweak the invitation as well. Like for calls for private business Zooms, you should not be having any of your new people make those calls by themselves. You should be there with them, whether through Zoom, on a 3-way call, whatever it is. So this way you can strategically help them. So here's what most people do, though, when it comes to inviting. And I think we can all relate. You guys probably have seen this before. Let me do this.
Hello, Lucy. This is Gru. I know up to this point, our relationship has been strictly professional, and you're leaving for Australia and all, but okay, here is the question. Would you like to go out on a date? No. Okay, that's not helping. All right, here we go. For real this time. I can do this.
All right. Okay. So you guys get the point there, right? All right. So let's go ahead and share my screen back to the slides. That's what a lot of us do, right? We're afraid. It's like weighs 1,000,000 pounds, right? When we try to pick up that phone. Okay. All right. So new IBO. Here's the new IBO. When we're doing a private business Zoom, the new IBO gives the mentor a list of all guests with names and numbers in advance. So mentor can do confirmation calls. Chris will do an example of the confirmation calls that we do to the guest that's supposed to be on the call. So go ahead and do what that would sound like.
All right, usually we get a list, and got a list right here, business owner, and the important of that is too, is my list here's on my desk, and this guy's just got back to working again, and he's too busy to put a minute in to ACN, but I got the list. So here's how it goes. You give me the list. So we'll use you, Miss Williams. You give me a list, and the first one on the list is Miss Rose, and I'll just basically pick up the phone, call the number. Hello, Miss Rose. And she's, yes. I said, I'm calling from the regional director's office about your attendance tonight in Miss Catherine Williams' event. She's looking to make sure that you're going to be on the call. Then I go, she's like, oh yeah, I'll be on there. I'll be on there. Awesome. She's looking forward to seeing you there. Do you have the Zoom app downloaded? Yes, I do. Oh, great. Then is it okay if I text you on this phone number, the Zoom app, or would you rather the Zoom call in, or would you rather take it with pen and paper? Okay, Mrs. For Rose. So Mrs. Williams, looking forward to hearing or seeing you on the call tonight. And basically that's the end of the call. Now, if they don't show or they don't answer, they get the call. I leave the message, and then I'll also text if they don't answer. If they say they can't make it, something came up, then I'll just say, that's fine, Miss Rose. Miss Williams understands. Is there another time and date that would be better for you? And I'll pass that on to Mrs. Williams. And she'll give me some times and dates. Like, awesome, I will let her know, and she will be back in contact with you. Simple. And I do that to the next person, to the next person, to the next person, and it takes me about half hour to call about 15, 20 people.
So statistically, what we find when we do those confirmation calls is the people that actually say that they're going to be on the call, they are. And the people that they initially said they were going to be on the call to that new IBO, if we call and they say they can't make it, now we know. So now we can put them into a second presentation we have scheduled for that new IBO, or we can schedule another one, okay? So a list from a new IBO are contacts you did not have to prospect, and important in growing your business. This is the whole idea of tap rooting. Because say if somebody, remember, you treat somebody new as if they're your next RVP because they're going to quit tomorrow. But if you got their list, guess what? If they quit, you can still call their contacts, okay? Send your new IBO instructions for the private business Zoom. I actually save a copy on my phone. I have it in my notes. So I can send it via text, or I can send it via email through just copy paste. It's so simple. Okay. Here's what mine says. If you guys want an idea of what mine says, let me put this up here. Okay. So I just say, before you start the Zoom presentation, be sure to, this is the instructions through the new IBO. Thank your guests for being on the call and how they are special to you, which is why they were specifically invited. Okay. Share your reason for doing the business. Be sure it's heartfelt. Okay. And then posture is important. Share your intent to be successful. Example, I am determined to be successful at this, and I wanted those I know to come with me. Okay, because posture is super important. All right, next. All right, so introduce your mentors. Say, now I keep it very, very basic for them because most people don't even know what edification means when they first get started. So I'm working with one of the top leaders in the company. What is that? If you guys know the different personality types, what is that? That's a sharp, right? He or she knows how the big money is being made. What is that? That's another shark. Remember, sharks are aggressive. So there's two edifications for a shark. He or she knows all the facts about the company. Who's that? Sea urchin. Okay. He or she loves helping people win. Who's that? Dolphin. And is a lot of fun. Actually, that's a whale. The whale's helping people and is a lot of fun to work with. Who's that? That's the dolphin. They're the fun ones, right? So this is Mr. and Mrs. King, right? Be sure to remain in your seat during the event. Stay engaged, no distractions during the event. Take notes, don't interrupt the speaker, and have fun. So that's what I send to the new person, okay, beforehand. Now, have the new IBO get on the Zoom about 15 to 20 minutes early to practice what they say before the event. This is something we've learned to do, because what happens a lot of times, that even though you give them instructions, you make sure, did you read through it? Did you? Yeah, sure. And then guess what happens? When they do the presentation, they don't follow anything you sent them. So this is going to help coach them through it. Now here's what you don't want to happen on your Zoom, okay? We're gonna show again what you don't want to happen. Some of these are hilarious. Okay, all right, here we go.
Hey, Paul, thanks for being here on time. Paul? Hey, Paul, can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hey guys,
Hey, Tyler.
sorry I'm late. Having a hard time connecting.
1 second. Paul's having a sound issue.
I can't hear you. Try adjusting your output settings.
Can you hear me?
It's the gear icon.
Tyler, are you in hotel Wi-Fi?
Yeah, well.
Never mind. I got it. I just had to change a few settings. Great. Get started then. Oh, great.
I think your mic is picking up your speakers. My mic?
Do you have headphones?
Want me to put them on?
No, I want you to smell them. No, I want you to put them on. Hey, Beth,
Hey everyone, sorry I'm late. I had to download a new version of the platform.
you should plan extra time for the updates. There's pretty much one every time.
Sounds like someone just joined.
Hey guys, it's John. I had to call in. I'm stuck in traffic. Have I missed anything yet?
No, it would have been nice for you to join the rest of us, but we'll see you when you get home. All right, now everyone is here. Finally, Tyler, do you have that financial report?
Well, it's been the last few weeks updating our books, and I got some great news for you. Schedule from this point last year. We had a great Q1.
We lost Tyler, I think.
Am I frozen? Hey, Trip, I think we lost Tyler.
Yeah, I know we lost Tyler.
Hey guys, it sounded like Tyler was cutting out.
We know, John. All right, while we wait on Tyler, why don't we go over all the reports? Beth, are you with us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, everyone, I know some of you have to leave soon, but I just wanted to go over a couple of the queries before. Okay, excuse me. My wife's out of town this week. Daddy, I'm so sorry. Okay, you just spilled grape juice on the carpet. Daddy's in a meeting. Tyler, can you go over the numbers one more time, please?
I thought Beth had an adjustment. Hey, Beth.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, that's my iTunes.
Hey guys, hang on. I'm gonna join in. Hey, what platform are you guys on? Skype? FaceTime?
It's in the invite.
Oh, never mind. I see it. It's right there in the invite.
Okay, now I can see everybody. Let's reschedule and let's just do a regular old conference call, okay? Paul, can you have David send out the 9-digit passcode? I heard you.
Yeah, he's been here the whole time.
All right, everybody. I'll see you later.
All right. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and share back the screen. That's what you don't want your Zoom call to sound like or be like, right? All right. So at the end of the presentation, we excuse anyone. This is what we do. Obviously, if you do something different, stick to what works for you. I should have said that disclaimer from the very beginning. But at the end of the presentation, we excuse anyone only interested in being a number 3, which is a customer from the event and invite those with questions, which is number 2, and anybody who wants to get started, which is number 1, to remain on the call for another 3 to 5 minutes longer to show the simplicity of the business. So what we found though, this allows us to see who's interested in the business and call first after the event. So what we do is we do a screenshot of the people who drop off. Obviously, you know, the people that are left are going to be our main focus to call those people right away. So, and then what we go through just real quickly, a few minutes, go through a 7-day goal. You can also do a quick start or a 3-phase close here, however you would want to do it. Just a few minutes. You don't want to take too much more time, but what you're really trying to find out is who's interested in learning more about business, whether questions are ready to get started. Okay, so after this, let everyone know and that you and the new IBA will be calling everyone individually to answer questions and get feedback and give your number so they know it will be you with the new IBO calling. Here's why. Because what we used to do was we used to have the new IBO 3-way us in, call the person first and 3-way us in. What was happening was they would call their prospect and that person would say something negative or whatever, and they wouldn't bring us in at all. So then it defeats the whole purpose of us, you know, learning, the learning process. So now it's like we're doing it. We basically call the new IBO and then we call that prospect that was on the Zoom. So this way, guess what? Then we can get all the information. We don't get cut out or whatever, because that's what ends up happening is that they said, oh, they weren't interested. Well, you didn't bring me on the 3-way call. Well, they weren't interested. So, you know what I mean? You don't want that. You want them to be learning at all times. So call each person, most excited person first, and let the new IBO listen and learn. Remember, the whole idea is they don't ever do anything by themselves when they're new. Remember to keep the call simple and duplicatable. Okay, so the importance of a 3-way call is to teach your team everything they need to learn in ACN. When to use 3-way calls, help get a customer. Okay, because obviously sometimes they need that person who maybe knows a little bit more about the service, and usually the mentor will know a little bit more or know what to say because they're more experienced. Help you accomplish a goal with someone you're trying to train. I actually had an IBO that had a new person in the business and was having problems getting them to move forward. So guess what she did? She edified me as the upline regional director, as a mentor, brought me on the call, and I was able to get that new person to do something that she wasn't able to do. But I also edified her back. Okay. Now, and then also closing after a private business Zoom or 101. And that's what we're going to go into right now. So this is what this would look like. So example, this is obviously, we hear this all the time. What did you like most about what you saw, right? Whatever positive thing they say, agree with them. After all, what's not to love about ACN? Everything's positive. We love it. Assume the close. Great. Let's get the paperwork out of the way. Okay. Or you can say this to help determine their why. So this is a simple, this is different options, 2 different options, but you could just say it like that. But here's another way of saying it. So what did you like most about what you saw? Great. Are you looking to make a little or a lot of money? Most will say a lot. Okay. Whatever they say, whether it's a lot or a little, what for? Here you can dig deeper if you need to you know, as far as to figure out what their why would be. Once you know their why, say, doing what you're doing right now, how long would it take you to say retire your mom? Okay. And most will say never, or it'll take a very long time. I had a person that told me they wanted to have a ranch, they wanted animals and da-da-da. And I asked, how long is it going to take doing what you're doing now? How long is it? They said, never. Okay. So you say, great, let's get the paperwork out of the way and work so we can get your mom retired. Right? So now you have that, you can incorporate their why. No, always assume the close. After all, does McDonald's ask you if you want fries with that burger, or do they just say, would you like medium or you want to supersize it? They always assume the close. They always do. Right? So if they ask a question, you can say, that's a great question. If I answer this question, will you be ready to get started? Okay. If not, if they say, well, no, because I still have to think about it, or da-da-da, because usually they'll tell you whether they'll be ready to go. In most cases, it's not. So then you can say, let's do this. So you can be more informed and feel confident in your decision. Let me get you plugged into another event that can help you answer that and any of your questions. Most of your questions will be covered at this event. And if it isn't, we can answer it together after the event. So what are you doing? Remember, everything duplicate. Your new IBO is listening to this whole conversation. If you answer that one question or two question or three question, guess what your new IBO is going to think they have to do? Answer all the people's questions all the time, right? See, this is what we don't want. People will always do what they see, not what you tell them. So remember, what is the ACN system? From event to event to event to event, right? So also you don't want to have a new potential IBO wait too long for another event. So if again, the idea is to get them plugged in, the goal is to have them plugged into another event within 1 or 2 days if possible. One of my mentors said, because I had told her I was losing people in between. She says, well, what day was it? I said, I think it was like Tuesday. And the next event was like on Friday or Saturday. And she said, that's too long. She says, you never go no more than 2 days. No, she says, you need to create an event. So leaders create events if needed to either a quick start, a pre-recorded event on YouTube. In fact, there are pre-recorded trainings of ACN on YouTube. Go find them. An idea is to do a quick start event and record it. I've actually created one. I made one. I have the slides and I did it. So I created a quick start. And what you can do is you record it through Zoom, save it. So then guess what? When you figure out a day and time that works for that potential new IBO, all you do is play it with them. You do it together and guess what? Then now you can go, there's your second exposure, right? Keep it super simple. Finally, let's talk about how to make the McDonald's coffee or an ACN that would be called events. We know McDonald's doesn't make the best coffee in the world, but because there are so many outlets worldwide, they are able to sell even more than Starbucks. Starbucks sells about 4 million cups of coffee a day, and McDonald's sells 500 million cups just in the USA. Wow. Events is the caffeine in your business that will help energize, uplift, and build your team better than anything else. If you can effectively edify a person, you can edify an event, okay? If you want a simple and duplicatable business, then learn to master the skill of edifying an event and let the experts do the training for you. So in closing, I just want to say, let's all remember why we do this business. The goal is to inspire someone to be all they were created to divinely be. And I'm going to play a video to close it out real quick, and then we'll be done.
I have a lot of memories from when I was a child. One that's always stuck out to me, though, was when I was about 10 years old, and I was in school, and I struggled. And I didn't struggle with English, math, or science. I struggled holding still. And I would try to listen and focus and process ideas, but I couldn't help myself. And to be honest, I would sit there and then I would just start tapping. And the students in the class would look at me and they'd say, hey, stop tapping. A lot of the time, I didn't even realize I was doing it. And then eventually even the teachers got after me and they would yell at me and they'd say, Clint, you have to stop tapping. It got so bad that I got sent to the principal's office for tapping. And he said to me, okay, maybe we go back to class, just try sitting on your hands. So I did. I went back to class, and when I felt myself starting to tap, I did this. I sat on my hands. And that worked for about 5 seconds. One time I was tapping in class, and my teacher, Mr. Jensen, looked at me, and he yelled. And he said, Clint, stay after class. And I thought to myself, this is it. I am done. Now, I've always been the type of person that believes that a single moment in time can change a person's life. And this was one of those moments for me. And I will never forget it. So I was sitting there with Mr. Jensen and an empty classroom. He walked past me and he sat next to his desk and he said, Clint, come here. I want to talk to you. And as he looked me right in the eye, he said, now, I need you to know something. You're not in trouble. But I do have just one question that I have to ask you. And he asked, he said, have you ever thought about playing the drums? And in that moment, Mr. Jensen, he leaned back and he opened the top drawer of his desk. And he reached in and he pulled out my very first pair of drumsticks. And he held them in his hands and he looked at me and he said, hey, Clint, you're not a problem. I think you're in trouble.
from that moment on, I've never put those sticks down. I've toured, recorded, and played drums all over the world. My whole college education was paid for with drumsticks in my hand. Just because of a single moment in time when somebody believed in me, and he saw something in me that I didn't even see within myself. And from that moment, I learned that there's a difference between being the best in the world and being the best for the world.
All right. All right, like he said, we are here to help people not be the best in the world, but to become the best for the world. A single moment in time can change your life. Okay, so with that being said, you guys, I hope you got something out of tonight's training. Have a blessed Sunday evening. Go create a duplicatable, simple, easy system that will grow your business into 27 countries beyond. All right, take care, guys, and God bless.